What's up, guys? DM Kahu here, back with another YouTube tutorial. Today we will be looking at running combat in Foundry. So I am logged in as a player right now. However, I additionally have my GM thing open on another tab, so I will be switching between the two. However, you guys will not be able to see the GM stuff, unfortunately. So, here is, you'll be able to see the player side of stuff, which is all you need, really. Okay, so, first order of business. Familiarizing ourselves with the app, I guess, or whatever that you call this. So, on the left, we have the different controls. I will go over that shortly. Now, on the right, we have the different tabs. So, chat. This is an important one. Combat. Less important, but still useful if you want to know where or whose turn it is. And actors. This one is useful for like accessing your token, but once you've done that, you don't really need this one open. Okay. Excuse me. Next, I know last session we were having some problems with the dice, so let me straighten this out for you real quick. Down here on the right, we have our dice controls. We want to have this setting on, selected, public as user. That way I can see your rolls, the others can see your rolls. It's just easier for like doing the number crunching stuff. That way I don't have to ask you what you rolled because I can see it. So literally I can just be like, hey, roll an attack, and you roll it and I can do the rest. Cool. Next, let us look at the character sheet. So if we zoom in down here, we have these three fairy evil creatures, and we have our boy Toji, who will be facilitating the role of the player today. So to select your character sheet or your character in general, you go up to your what's it called, token controls. Click and then select token. And now click once to select, and then you can click and drag to move. And you can right click while clicking and dragging while holding it. If you right click, it deselects. Also, right click is how you move around, if you didn't know. And if we double left click, brings up the character sheet. Cool. Now, let's familiarize ourselves with the character sheet real quick. The first tab is your like standard sheet, first page of your sheet. So, if I ask you guys to make a strength saving throw, you guys would look and find the saving throw tab and click strength. And now you can roll the saving throw. And if we look over here, you got that. Cool. Excuse me. I'm still sick, if you were wondering. Now, if I want you to make a strength ability check, you would just click on the strength. Cool. And if I wanted you guys to make a skill check, for example, perception, we go down, we scroll down to perception, we click, and we roll. Simple as that. All right, next tab, inventory. This is useful for those of you who use weapons, or maybe you want healing potions. However, Never mind. Okay, so, what do we have here? We have armor. I've handled the equipping and unequipping for you guys, but basically, when you receive items, you can come into here and right click to see this, and you can equip and unequip and favorite all of your items. Cool. And the next tab, features, we can kind of skip that one. Next tab, spells. So, here are all of the spells. Now, last time when we tried casting spells that didn't work, it said we didn't have spell slots. I have figured that one out. So, next time, hopefully, you will all have spell slots. Cool. Now, let's talk about combat. Alright. So I'm going to just switch over to the DM side of things and get this combat underway. Cool. Da. Okay, cool. So, excuse me. We have begun combat. Now, what this looks like for you guys, you go onto this tab, the combat tab, and you'll see I've already rolled their initiatives, and you have this icon. This is how you roll your initiative. So we click on this. If you have a feat that gives you advantage for initiative, you can click advantage. But yeah, you roll and it will automatically place you within the initiative tracker. Now, this tab is useful for knowing when it is your turn coming up. So, one thing we can do is we can go over onto the icon and right click it, and it will pop the menu out. And then we can drag it over here and just keep it so that, like, let's say it's like your turn coming up and you want to like know when, so you can know when to like prepare your move in advance, yada. This is just useful for knowing when your turn is next. Okay, so the werewolf is going to do their turn. So let's say that the werewolf runs up to Toji and makes a attack. So does his attack. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Alright, so let's say that I want you guys to input the damage manually for some reason, like yourselves. The way you can do that is I will be like, hey, you took 8 damage. 2 ways to do this. 1, you go into your character sheet and you do this and you minus 8 off of the number. So 224 minus 8, that's 216. So that's one way. Alternatively, another way you can change your health is hover over your token, right click, and you see this number down here. This is your health. So again, you can click on this and manually retype in your new health. Cool. So that is going to be the werewolf's turn. Oh yeah, I think I needed to click start combat. Right. Oh, it wasn't even the werewolf's turn. It was the direwolf's turn. My bad. Even with the help, I am still getting things wrong. That's okay. I'm sure you guys will be there to remind me. Alright, so now it is our turn. So, for the purpose of the tutorial, I am going to ignore the normal rules, and this guy is going to have as many actions as I need him to have for the purposes of our tutorial. Sweet. So, let's say he wants to do a weapon attack. There's two ways we can go about doing this. Oh, actually, if you're only attacking one target, what we do is we go up to token control and we click on select targets. Alternatively, once you have your token selected with this first option, which you guys should just have your token selected all the time. The way you can tell your token is selected too is this outline, not the blue circle, but the box. So if you have the box around that, that means your token is selected. Now, to select a target, you hover over and make sure it says unharmed, or you just have the enemy highlighted, and then hold Alt and then click. And if you want to select multiple enemies, then you go over here and it will tell you. So to select multiple enemies, you hold Shift and so you have to click on this first, and then you can hold Shift and then just click multiple. So for example, I hold Shift, click, click, and now they're all selected. Cool. Okay, so if I want to make a weapon attack, first I go back to token controls so that I can click on my guy, and now we go to our weapon, and we can either click on it in here, or you might notice down here we have this hotbar. So I've already added things to the hotbar, but basically what this looks like is you just click on your weapon and drag, or spell. It also works with spells or items. Basically anything. You can click and drag and drop it in here. And now it's in here. And so clicking on it down here will do the same thing as clicking on it up here. So for the rest of the tutorial, I'm just going to use the hotbar. But yeah, you guys are smart. You understand. So this guy, he is going to make a halberd attack. Okay. So reason why it's important to pop out the encounter thing is because we want to have the chat open. Why? The chat tells us the damage numbers, the attack numbers, but also it gives us the prompts. So we have attack and damage. Now, if you can make multiple attacks in a turn, that I'm looking at you, Kamina, for your monk, or if your spell has multiple steps, which we'll go over shortly, what I would recommend is you find the thing, the attack itself. So I clicked on the X, and then the first thing that came up in the chat is this box here. I would right click on this, and then I would hit pop out. And so now we have this here, and we've already clicked attack, but just for example, you click attack, it pops up the menu, and then you hit normal. Or if you have advantage, or disadvantage, you get the idea. And it will automatically roll the number, but also add all your modifiers to your character. So Toji is very strong, so he has hella modifiers. Now, this is a... Oh, right. So I am able to see if it connects. And so you will be like, oh, I got 25. And then I will be like, it doesn't hit, or I will be like, it hits. If I say it hits, then you can roll for damage. And then you just roll this. And then you go, I got 16. Now, if the enemy is resistant to the damage, I can input the half damage, or if it's vulnerable, I can input double damage. But yeah, basically, on my end, what I get is I get your numbers, and I also get a button that lets me automatically apply. So that's why I know it's a little bit complicated, but that's why I would like if we could figure out this system, just because that way it makes it easy for me to keep track of everything, and it makes things go by faster. Assuming we all know how to do the combat. Cool. So that's going to be Toji's first attack. Now, next we will go over. I guess actually I'll show you quickly why it's important to pop out this menu. So as you can see, we've rolled our attack roll and our damage roll. And if we were to do another attack, oh, it does come up if you failed. Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess it just tells you if you've hit or missed. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so we do our attack. Now, the reason why it's important to pop out this menu, especially if you're doing multiple attacks, is because it doesn't re-put it to the front of the chat. So if you want to keep selecting attack and keep selecting damage, you have to scroll back up, which is confusing and tedious. By popping it out, we have it right here, and we can just bink, 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 bink. Easy. Cool. Next up, spells. So, let's say Toji wants to cast a spell that has an area of effect. Spells that have like single target would just be a similar process to what we just did. So I'm sure you guys can figure that one out. But what about spells with area of effects? So like Thunder Wave or Ice Knife or anything like that. So Step one. With all attacks, we want to select. Now, actually, if the spell has area of effect, it could be